This is 100 Founders, and I'm Dave Rubenstein. Join me as we guide founders through the messiness of founder-led sales on their path to building a scalable go-to-market machine. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back, everyone. And I am here with Yoel Krupnik in Israel. Yoel, great to have you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thanks a lot, David. Great being here. So my name is Yoel Krupnik. I'm an entrepreneur and AI technologist for, probably more than 15 years. I co-founded and I lead Quizit AI, which uses AI to turn prompts, videos, documents, website into interactive multiple quizzes. Previously, I was the CDO and co-founder of Trillion, which is a fintech startup, and I also led large engineering teams in various companies, mostly focused on AI and machine learning.
Wow. All right. So I know this is going to be exciting for everyone to see. What problem does Quizit solve?
Right. So basically, the idea is to instantly instantly transform learning with gamified assessments. Okay, that's our motto, I would say. Um, the problem is that today assessments are very slow and static. If a teacher wants to assess students, it usually takes time. They take an exam. It takes time to go over it. Students are not really engaged. I mean, they don't enjoy it. And also, materials are extremely fragmented today. They are spread across, videos and PDFs and Word documents and so on. So basically, the idea was to, transform the learning experience and make students much more engaged through assessments that are much, that are fun to play with and use.
Great. So before we dive in, I know a lot of the folks that are listening to this, watching at home, are in more of a tech or in kind of SaaS businesses. Is what you're going to show us applicable for kind of a sales team as well, or an enterprise who might want to learn? Can companies use this?
Right. So that's a great question. I mean, basically, we're now focused on education primarily, but it's highly relevant for many types of industries, for any, I would say, medium-sized company, and more for, onboarding employees, onboarding customers, fun team events. So these can be for all kinds of industries, even, pub quizzes. There are like many different use cases, but we're now primarily focused on, the education system.
Great. Let's dive in. Can you walk us through a day in the life of a Quizit user?
Yeah, sure. So for now, as I mentioned, I mean, we are focused on teachers. They are mostly using it for wrapping up a lesson. So let's say they just learned about, percentages, and they can easily wrap up a lesson. They can be also very specific. They can create a quiz from their own material or just by using a prompt and be very specific in terms of, the level. It can be for, they can state that they want the quiz to be for ninth grade, for example. And then under less than a minute, there will be a quiz where all the students can easily join in using their, phones or tablets. And it's fun, engaging. And on the other hand, the teacher immediately gets statistics on, the difficulty of the questions, how well students know the answers, and so on. So they get a pretty good view of, whatever the kids learned, whatever the kids just learned. Actually, one of the most exciting pieces of feedback that we got was that once students know that at the end of the lesson, there's going to be like a fun 5-minute quiz, it doesn't only, change the last 5 minutes of the lesson, but it actually changes the whole course of the lesson because the students are much more concentrated and engaged from the very beginning because they know that there's going to be like a fun, 5-minute quiz at the end. So they're, much more engaged throughout the whole lesson.
Great. Can you show us?
Yeah, sure. So basically, this is the Quizit dashboard after I logged in. The basic thing is to create a quiz. Okay. I can select the number of questions here. Let's do 4 questions. Just because it's a quick demo. I can add all kinds of, files, links, and I can also reference them in this instruction window. So basically, I can say something like, take this topic from, this YouTube video and that topic from that PDF and so on. But for now, we'll just use like a regular prompt. So I can write something like generate quiz about percentages for 9th grade with reward scenarios. Okay. Okay, so I selected 4 questions. I click generate questions. By default, it'll create the quiz in the language of the instruction, but I could also ask it to create it in any other language. It also automatically searches the web to bring, valid information. And as I mentioned, under a minute usually takes, between 30 to 40 seconds. There will be a quiz, so it'll take hopefully just a few more seconds. Here it is. So first of all, me as a teacher, of course, I can review the quiz. I can shuffle the questions. I can change the timers. I can change the questions, the options, and so on. But let's just do, and by the way, I can also play live. So students can very easily join using a QR code. But for now, I'll just play by myself. So I click play solo. And here it is. Okay, a video game that originally cost $60 is on sale for $25 off. What is the price of the game? Okay. Yeah, so I hope I hope I don't embarrass myself here. But as you can see, okay, so this time I chose the correct answer. And as you can see, not only that it gives me the right answer, it also gives me the explanation. Now, the explanation is very relevant to the type of question. So because we're talking about math here, usually the explanation will be the way or the equation to get to the answer. Now let's just click, next question. So that will be, I guess, $12. Okay, I got it right again. And again, we have the explanation here. Okay, so for the next 2 questions, I'm just gonna guess. Okay. I actually got it right. This time I got it wrong. So you see the color changes to red. But anyhow, the student can see the explanation of how to get to the right answer. And then he can get the statistics. So each student can get the statistics. He can click review answers to see all the questions and answers, what he got wrong, what he got right, to see all the explanations. And basically, if we go to the teacher's view, so I'm going to show you, let's say, these are my quizzes, all the quizzes that, let's say as a teacher created, and I can create multiple instances from each quiz. So this is an example for a global landmarks quiz with 6 players. So me as a teacher, I can click review results, and I get basically statistics for all the class, right? So I can see, I have the question distribution. I can see the statistics for each question, how many got it right or wrong, the performance distribution. I get a per question analysis. Okay, how many selected, this option versus that option. This is very important for teachers because sometimes there are, all kinds of distractors that are misleading students. So they can know better, what are the things they should focus on so that, students don't get it wrong. And they can also get, statistics per participant or per student. That's pretty much it. There are also other features. I'm going to stop sharing here. But that's, the main flow, I would say. There are also a lot of other features that are currently in development, including integrations with educational systems like, Google Classroom, for instance, so that they will have Quizit within the Google Classroom. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow, I love the simplicity and the speed with which you were able to create a quiz, and I could definitely see how it's engaging for a student. And if I go back to my days in the classroom, if I knew there was a quiz that was happening at the end, I'd probably pay attention and lean in a little bit more to the learning. So I think there's a lot of goodness in what you've created. So congratulations on what you've built. If people want to learn more about Quizit, where do they go or how do they get in touch with you?
So first of all, they can go to quizit.ai. I can also share my, email address that you can put if anyone wants to contact me. I mean, I'm, more than happy to be in touch.
Great. All right. So Quizit.ai. Thank you so much for sharing Quizit with the 100 Founders audience. If someone is interested and they reach out, please mention that you learned about this on 100 Founders. Thanks so much.
For sure. Thanks a lot, David, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. For the latest research and other demos, visit us at 100founders.ai. Founder-led sales is messy because many founders have never sold before. That's what I solve. Visit 100founders.ai and hit schedule to find time to talk. We'll see y'all next time.